Well, one look at you and anyone can see you're an experienced adventurer. That can be your cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurers are thick as fleas on a gar. You'll want to keep active in that line just to avoid unwanted attention. So, I have orders for you whenever you're ready. Ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Haspat Antabolus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the Sixth House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first. Probably an ugly favor. But do it. Then get the information from Antabolus and report back to me. By the way, Hasfat is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education. And
As you command, Caius. Although I find the validity of his claims that this man is an adept student of Morrowind's history somewhat dubious, given that he dwells in the cellar of the Fighters Guild. Orders are orders, though, and I've never been one to buck from them. Where is the Fighters Guild? Ah, there we are. I believe I left a mess last time I was here. And indeed I did. Probably ought to clean that up before it causes a scene. Let's see. Asfat Antabolus, I presume.
Good day. So you're with Caius, eh? And Caius wants information? Of course, there's a this for that involved. I require a favor first, and then I'll tell you what you want to know. There are Dwemer ruins nearby called Arkangthand. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on one side. It's called a Dwemer puzzle box. Bring me back the Dwemer puzzle box, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Right. Go retrieve the illegal artifact for the shady man in the basement of the Fighters Guild for the even shadier man in charge of a spy network for the Imperial forces that would probably never dream of doing anything, anything below board with the Dwarven artifact, so that I can maybe get some information about a cult that may or may not exist and a long-forgotten house that may or may not be returning. Sounds like another delightful day of work for the Imperial Legion in Morrowind. If I recall correctly, Arkangthand was on the rise above the Imperial Legion fort I was working out of briefly, and there should... Ah, yes. Bandits. Good night.
Surrender now and I might let you live.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you, friend? Crank the lever and enter the Dwarven ruin. These contraptions I find to be somewhat annoying to deal with. If I were a bandit, I would probably take refuge on the second story of the initial chamber. Who could have possibly guessed? Well, Dwarven box, dead bandits. Back to Hasfat we go. You know, maybe these Dwarven ruins wouldn't be so bad if they didn't have them crawling with murderous automatons. Not the most exciting thing I've ever had to deal with. Oh, a cliff racer. Delightful. Pardon me, gentlemen. This is the correct usage of the ramparts of any Imperial fort. Everything is training equipment, if you really think about it. Oh, well, come on. There we go. You know, I never was the best climber, even when I was trained back in High Rock as a Knight of the Heron. I was frequently critiqued for my underwhelming performance by my former master. If he could see me now, he'd honestly probably be laughing himself into the grave. Right. Dodge the guard. All right, Hasfat, what can you really tell me about the history of this place?
How can I help you?
Have you done that little favor I asked? Perfect. Just what I was looking for. Just let me take this Dwemer puzzle box, and then I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the Sixth House and about the Nerevarine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box seem to be the directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkangthand.
Right. This Nerevarine cult seems to be a group of Ashlanders, whatever that means, who really do exist and have some kind of long-dead ancestral messiah that they believe will be born again to liberate them from the Imperial Legion. And the Sixth House was a bunch of traitorous, wretched, recalcitrant war criminals that seem to be, in fact, on the rise again. Delightful.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? These notes are from Hasfat Antabolus? Excellent. I trust he didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more detail later, but now I have some new orders for you. I've glanced at Hasfat Antabolus's notes. They cover the 6th house admirably, but not the Nerevarine cult. Hop on over to the Balmora Mages Guild. It's right next to the Balmora Fighters Guild. Get Sharn Gra Muzgob to tell you what she knows about the Nerevarine. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks, and report back when she's given you the information.
Is there some kind of tradition that states and Morrowind scholars must reside exclusively in the basements of other guilds if they have knowledge of forgotten houses or secret cults? Because I seem to be getting that impression thus far. Let's go talk to this orcish woman and find out what exactly she wants us to do. Hopefully, nothing, tawdry.
No interruptions. How many times? Oh, you are one of Caius's associates. That is a different matter. Caius and I have a very satisfactory arrangement, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement if you will complete a little errand for me. The errand, then, is very simple. I need the skull of Levule Andrano. You'll find it in Andrano Ancestral Tomb. But take care not to upset the natives. The Dunmer have some peculiar, primitive prejudices against necromancy, and take grave objection to unauthorized tomb visits.
I have a peculiar, primitive prejudice against necromancy and tomb robbing, but apparently that doesn't matter, because Caius told me this is what I have to do. Right. Tomb raiding. Bad business. Well, there's the dead man in question's tomb. Let's get in there, grab this skull, and get this nasty business over with. Someone told me adventurers had been here before me. There would be the adventurers. A ghost. I am not surprised. God, I hate the— oh my god. Get out of here. I greatly dislike the undead. They're not right, you know, just skeletons clattering around, some of them even wielding silver weapons as if to insult the gods themselves. Right, come with me, Andrano. I'm sure this is the longest walk you've been on in a while. Take care of these nasty creatures. I hope this orcish woman gets what she wants out of this skull. I need to be careful not to get spotted while I carry it back.
Do you have something to say?
Right, let's turn this into the orc in question and see what she has to say for herself.
Again, is this about the errand you are doing for me? Very good. I'll just take that skull from you. Perfect for what I have in mind. Thank you. Now, as I promised, I'll answer your questions on the Nerevarine cult. Go ahead. This Ashlander cult believes the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes. According to legend, the prophesied Nerevarine will cast down the false gods of the Tribunal Temple, restore the traditional ancestor worship practiced by the Ashlanders, and drive all Outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders, who care little for Imperial or Temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes on the topic for Caius.
I find myself growing increasingly sympathetic of the cause of these Nerevarine cultists. I know what I would give to get the Aldmer out of High Rock. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that they would develop a system of belief in the hopes of doing the same here. At any rate, I don't get paid to think. Should probably get this back to Caius.
Are you here to discuss your orders? And these are Sharn's notes on the Nerevarine cult? Excellent. I'm promoting you to Blade's apprentice. I'd like some time to think how this fits in with the Emperor's plans for you. So if you'd like to get in a little freelance adventuring, go ahead. But whenever you're ready, I'll have new orders for you. I've thought it over, and I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivec City concerning the Nerevarine and the 6th house. Greetings to you.
Well, I've got my orders from Caius. I suppose I should contact these operatives, but I've been having these strange nightmares about a man in a golden mask I can't quite make sense of. I'll worry about that later. For now, to Vivec I go.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price. We make a special trip just for you.
So these are the floating islands that make up Vivec, huh? Interesting construction. Imperial banner? This must be the foreign quarter. At any rate, I've made contact with the other two informants, and now I must speak with this Mara Milo.
What words do you have for me?
Yes, I'm Mara Milo. Caius sent you.
Wonder why she wants to speak to me back here instead of out there.
Haven't I? Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about a Sixth House cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult. The temple worships Nerevar as a saint and hero, but prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nerevarine cult claims the tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. The prescribed book Progress of Truth describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Cosades. That will tell him things he needs to know about the Nerevarine cult. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale or possession of the book, so it will be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by the ordinators here. A safer plan would be to search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans on outlawed books for profits or for principles. I do not care for temple politics, but I have read Progress of Truth, and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests, who have gone into hiding, so I am bound to come to the attention of the ordinators. I am careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret agent, like you or Caius. Sooner or later, I too must go into hiding, if it is not too late. When you return to Caius, tell him I am worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the agreed code word, Amaya.
An enemy of the church, I see, hiding in their midst. A brilliant ploy for a spy, if risky. Well, I'd best be getting this information back to Caius at any rate. I still find myself developing an ever-increasing sympathy for their cause. Having made my way back to Balmora, I think it best I report now.
Are you here to discuss your orders? I have your report, and I'll make copies of your notes from Huleya and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read and digest all this. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to journeyman. You're doing good work. And here are 200 drakes. Go out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes, and go do some jobs for the guilds or other freelance work, just to keep your cover story current, or get some training. Then, when you're fit and rested, come back, and I'll have new orders for you. Are you here to discuss your orders? We need an Ashlander informant. I have heard of a fellow in Aldrun named Hasur Zainsubani, an Ashlander who left the Wastes to become a wealthy trader. They say the Ashlanders like to give and receive presents. Take these 100 drakes. Find out what Zainsubani likes, and get him a gift. Then give him the gift and see if he will tell you about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. Then report back to me.
Gift-giving is a bit beyond my normal purview. I think what I'm going to do instead is choose a path of straightforward honesty, walk in, ask this man about thoughtful gifts, and then explain to him that my intention was to get him a thoughtful gift, but I don't understand the customs well enough, nor do I have the time to do so.
I'm Balmora's caravaner. Tell me your destination, and I'll tell you if I...
Right. Should be in the basement of the inn, wherever that is. That's not it, that's a pawnbroker. Here we are. Stairs in the private area. That would be our man, I think.
Yes, what is your business with me? I see. You wish to learn of Ashlanders from me, and what is it that you wish to learn? A curious question. A gift is a sign of courtesy among strangers, and affection among friends. Among strangers, a thoughtful gift is a sign that you are cautious and considerate and aware of the other's wants and needs. Such is particularly useful for traders and travelers. Among friends, it is a private thing and subtle, with great risks, for the test of the gift is how well it is tailored to the receiver. I understand. You wish to give me a suitable gift, but you do not know me well enough to choose such a gift, or you cannot find or afford a gift you know to be suitable for me. Well, let us take your earnest thought and effort as a token of your gift. You have behaved courteously, and I am inclined to help you. What would you wish to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult? There is too much to tell. Here, take these notes. I've written here what you should know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult, but most of all, if you are visiting a camp, there are things you should know about courtesy and challenges among the Ashlanders. And since you ask about the Nerevarine cult, perhaps you'll be interested in my views on the Ashlanders and foreigners, because a guiding passion of the Nerevarine cult is their hatred of foreigners.
Well, that proved to be quite a fruitful history lesson and lecture on the native customs. Turn to Caius as quickly as I can, submit this report, and find out what the next steps are going to be. I get this sinking suspicion that these ever-increasing nightmares of mine, don't like talking about it. I was told from a source I trust that discussing such things openly could land me in a tribunal cell, but these nightmares seem to be linked with the increasing activity of the Sixth House, and the more I hear about this Nerevarine cult, the more I'm thinking it may not be simple superstition.
Are you here to discuss your orders? Thanks for your report. But keep Zain-Subani's notes on the Ashlanders. You'll need them. I'm promoting you and sending you to the Urshilaku camp to speak with Sul-Matul and Nibani Maisa. But before you go, I think it may be time to tell you what's going on. The Emperor and his advisors think you have the appearance of meeting the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies. That's why you were pulled out of prison on His Majesty's authority and sent to me. So you could satisfy the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies and become the Nerevarine. Here, this is a decoded copy of the coded package you gave me when you arrived. Read it later. It should explain everything. As you'll see in the decoded message, the Emperor and his counselors say you have the appearance of satisfying the conditions of the prophecy. Do you really satisfy the prophecy? Are you really the prophesied Nerevarine? At first I thought we were just supposed to create a persuasive impostor. Now, I don't know what to think, but I'm sure of one thing. This is not just primitive superstition, and we will treat it seriously, just as His Majesty commands. So, Zain-Subani says Sul-Matul and Nibani Maisa at Urshilaku camp are the heads of the Nerevarine cult. So I'm sending you to speak with them. Tell them your story, and have them test you against the Nerevarine prophecies. As heads of the Nerevarine cult, they can best judge whether you satisfy the prophecies. When you've spoken with them, report back to me. Here's 200 drakes for expenses.
Well, that's a lot to process. I think when I'm done in Morrowind, I may have to go back to the Empire.
The Nerevarine prophecies are not for Outlanders. Why should Sul-Matul and Nibani Maisa speak to you about these things? Who are you, that we should trust you?
Anton LaReve, Knight of the Heron.
You are not an unworthy opponent. I hear honor in your words and courage in your heart. I would regret killing you, but regret even more should you kill me. Very well. Perhaps Sul-Matul will be angry with me, but I think I can bear that. Go to the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sul-Matul. Ask him your questions and tell him I have sent you. So, my champion Zabamund has sent you to talk with. Sharing is good. I like sharing. You think you fulfill the Nerevarine prophecies. You wish to be tested to see if you are the Nerevarine. No Outlander may join the Nerevarine cult. If you were a clan friend, an adopted member of the Ashlander tribes, then perhaps. I have an initiation rite in mind. If you pass this rite, I will adopt you as a clan friend of the Ashlanders, and then I will submit you to Nibani Maisa, our wise woman, who is skilled in oracles and mysteries, and who will test you against the prophecies. To be adopted into the tribe, you must undergo a harrowing. In a harrowing, you will be judged by the spirits and ancestors to see if you are worthy. Go to the Urshilaku burial caverns and fetch me Sul-Senepul's bone-biter bow. Sul-Senepul was my father, and his spirit guards his bone-mold long bow deep in the burial caverns. Return to me with this bow, and I will adopt you into the Ashlander tribes as a clan friend.
Alright, I suppose it's time to go find another God's forsaken tomb, walk into it, and begin murdering every undead creature I see on sight. Another day in paradise. How many of these God's forsaken skeletons am I going to have to kill in this place before I can get out? Oh good, another one. A champion, no less, and wielding silver weapons. Outrageous. Oh, good. Delightful. Well, this place hasn't been as... Oh, I spoke too soon. This place hasn't been as... I spoke too soon again. There's no escape from skeletons in this place, apparently. Did they not set guardians? Do they not maintain these ancestral tombs? Maybe these are their ancestors. Who knows? Skeletons everywhere I look. Ghosts floating in and out of the walls. Diseased rats. Do you mind? That's what I thought. Right. Still haven't found this bow. Oh, speaking of ghosts. Laid to rest again.
So, Outlander, have you completed the initiation rite? This is my father's bone-biter bow. You have completed the initiation rite. I name you clan friend of the Ashlanders. Keep my father's bow and bear it with honor. You are a friend of our tribe and may rest in any Urshilaku bed. But do not harm other tribe members or take their things. And now I will fulfill my other promise. Go to the wise woman's yurt, and Nibani Maisa shall examine you and test you against the Nerevarin prophecies.
Questions about the Nerevarin There are many Nerevarin prophecies, and they suggest many things. Aspect and uncertain parents. The moon and star, sleepers, 7 curses, the curse's bane, the prophecy of the stranger, the prophecy of the 7 visions, the lost prophecies. Ask me of these things, if you are patient, if you would be wise, or if you are impatient to know, just ask, do I pass the test of the Nerevarin prophecies? Go ahead, Outlander. I am the wise woman. Ask your questions, and I will answer. You are not the Nerevarin. You are one who may become the Nerevarin. It is a puzzle and a hard one, but you have found some of the pieces.
Are you here to discuss your orders? You've spoken with Sulmatuul and Nibani Maisa, and from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nerevarin. That's just incredible. But I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Mera Milo. Maybe she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready?
Caius, I get the impression you don't care if I am or not.
Don't get overconfident. But it so happens that I agree. You're ready. But just in case, I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And remember, if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back fresh. Don't get cocky. I think this will be a tough one. Here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Gnar Mok, hunting smugglers with 6th House connections. They found a 6th House base, a 6th House shrine, and a 6th House priest named Dagoth Ur. Speak to Champion Raisa Pulia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th House base. Your orders: find that 6th House base, kill Dagoth Ur, and bring me a full report on the 6th House base.
You seem like very good.
Well, it would seem I'm finally getting a chance to bite back at this 6th House, whoever they be. I know they're led by a mysterious Dagoth Ur, and at this point I would like nothing more than to make him bleed.
I'm Raisa Pulia, champion of the Legion garrison here at Buckmoth Legion Fort, and you're them. Caius Cosades sent you, didn't he? Kaya says you're the one to handle this 6th House base near Narmak. Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with Corprus disease and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast. He called it Ilunabi. It's not on our maps. Try asking locals in Narmak. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts, Corprus monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. Then they ran into a half-man creature named Dagoth Ur. This Dagoth Ur slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared, so he might tell others that the sleeper awakes, and the 6th House has risen, and Dagoth Ur is Lord, and I am his priest, and all will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him, and he didn't respond to questions, just kept rambling on like a madman until he died.
Based on the ramblings of a madman and the loose instructions received from the kind lady at the Imperial Fort, I think I have found Ilunabi without having to question the locals. Cavern full of cultists of a dead house. What could possibly go wrong?
You in.
Oh, that doesn't make me feel good. Another one of those dreamers. I ran into one a while back in Balmora. Maybe I could have saved them, but... well... best left unspoken. After wandering these caverns for what feels like hours, I think I've finally found the lair of the supposed, leader of this particular cult faction. It has been heavily guarded. Not had a pleasant time making my way through it, and I very much look forward to making whoever is in charge bleed profusely from every wound I can possibly afflict on their disgusting, diseased, emaciated little body. Well, those don't seem to enjoy dying easily. Push on into the next room and see who our next contestants are going to be. That magic, honestly, is quite pathetic, sir. You're going to have to try harder, as is this golden saint if she thinks for a moment she stands a chance of besting me. I intend to make LaReve a name that is remembered with fear by any who would sympathize with the 6th House. Right. Another one. Deeper we push. He's got to be around here somewhere. There's nowhere else he could be hiding.
There is no escape.
More dreamers. I don't feel great about having to kill them, but I don't see much of an alternative. Wait. You. This ends here, sir. I think I've had quite enough.
Are you here to discuss your orders? With Dagoth Ur dead, the 6th House Shrine is no longer a threat. You've more than earned a promotion to the rank of Traveler. I'm very worried that you have Corprus disease, but I have some good news in that department. I canvassed my informants for possible treatments, just in case you contracted the disease during your mission. I learned from Fast Eddie that your best chance of getting cured is Dagoth Ur, an ancient Telvanni wizard who runs a Corprusarium for victims of the disease. Here, take this Dwemer artifact and 1,000 drakes and go to Telfir. Dagoth Ur will like the Dwemer artifact. A gift may sweeten his disposition. The gold is for expenses. And here are a couple of levitation potions. I hear you'll need them in Telvanni towers because wizards don't use stairs. So get moving and get that Corprus disease cured. Then hurry back. I think I know how to get the lost prophecies Nibani Maisa asked for. Telfir, Dagoth Ur's tower, is southwest of Sadrith Mora, on an island on the southwestern edge of Zafarbel Bay. Here, let me mark it on your map. There's a dock, but no boat service, so you must water walk or swim from Sadrith Mora.
I'm a wizard, and I certainly still have to use stairs. What sort of techniques does these other Morrowind wizards have that I don't? You know, the funny thing is, having this disease coursing through me, I don't really feel any different. It's a curious thing. Should probably pick up some divine intervention scrolls, though, while I'm waiting. Well, making my way to this Telfir Wizard's Tower shouldn't take too long. It's just a hop across some water and then inside some kind of colossal fungal/tree thing, I would presume. Given the bits of Morrowind I have experienced so far. Let's see. Check my map. Oh, that's not far at all. And I believe that would be the tower. Having swam here, this is in fact Telfir. Now time to find the wizard. Don't know who that woman is, but she looked rather stern. I don't think I want to have a discussion with her. Ah. Well, that's a shame. Seems I will indeed have to use one of these potions Caius gave me. Never been a fan of these potions. Give you a nasty sensation in the pit of your stomach. Bottoms up, I suppose. Alright, let's speak with this man and see what he can do about our, affliction, shall we call it.
Must say, that's an interesting Dwemer piece you have there. What can you tell me about it? A pity. I can see why you'd want to keep such a lovely relic of Dwemer culture. But now, if you'll excuse me, I have no time for idle chatter. Oh yes, I know. You have an interesting Dwemer piece, so what? A gift? For me? How thoughtful and shrewd. I suppose you know I'm a collector. Did you know that Corprus makes you immune to disease? Have you ever heard of the prophecies of the LaReve? Ashlanders say the LaReve will be immune to disease. I've always thought, maybe I have the LaReve down in my Corprusarium and I don't even know it. Ha, ha. The LaReve is a fat, disgusting Corprus monster and mad as a marsh rat. Wouldn't that be funny? That's a fascinating story you tell. So, you might be the LaReve. Means nothing, of course. Corprus victims have all sorts of delusions. But, let me think. I've got a potion. In theory, it should cure Corprus. Doesn't work, though. Probably kill you. Killed all my test subjects. But you've got nothing to lose. Before I give it to you, I want you to look around below in the Corprusarium. Know what's in store if you don't take the potion. And while you're there, I want you to pick up a pair of boots from a victim. Calls himself Yagrum Bagarn. My oldest patient. Handy fellow. Fixes things for me. Bring the boots back, and then you can have the potion.
Oldest in what regard, I wonder? That name sounds distinctly like something you would find in a Dwemer textbook. Perhaps the oldest and the oldest patient. The height of my helmet doesn't help when it comes to getting stuck on short hallways, I suppose, but it is uniform, so we boulder on. Oh, finally! Right, where's this Corprusarium? Ah. Don't know you. Don't have time to talk to you. Deeper in we go. What is that? Ah. Delightful. It could be us in about 20 minutes if I don't act quickly. Hi. You seem oddly friendly. As do you. Well, I'm going to leave you to your business now. You enjoy your, cream. Ah, the Dwemer.
Where's that slave? Here not long ago.
That reminds me, I still need to liberate a couple of slave camps down south again. Well, we've got the boots. Some gold. Might as well now go turn them back into the man and drink this potion. Tell us or it won't, and there's only one way to find out.
Well, did you get my boots? No boots, no potion. The boots first, please. And now I'll give you the potion on the following condition. You must drink it here before my eyes. It should act immediately, and I need to observe you very carefully. Agreed. Good. Open your mouth and close your eyes. Good. Now swallow. Goodness. Good grief. Look, it's working. Remarkable. Let me check your skin, your eyes, your tongue. Amazing. I think it worked. No sign of the disease at all. Of course, you still have Corprus disease, just like I planned, but all your symptoms are gone. Marvelous. I'll go try it out on some of the more desperate inmates. but I'll answer any questions you have before you go.
Thank you for your report. I'm very happy you've been cured. Unfortunately, I've had a bit of bad news. I've been recalled to the Imperial City. You'll be promoted to operative and will head the blades here in Vardenfell until I return. I've only waited here to give you your final orders before I go. Continue pursuing the Nerevarine prophecies, as the Emperor commands. First, go to the Hall of Wisdom and Justice, and get Mera Milo to help you find the lost prophecies. She's being watched. If something has gone wrong, find her private quarters. She'll leave you a message there under the code word Amaya. Then take the lost prophecies to Nibani Maisa. From that point, you'll have to follow her directions and follow the prophecies. Good luck.
I still can't believe that psychopath actually made a potion that
Is there
works
something
and
you need?
apparently has made me immortal to boot. Not something I would have volunteered for, but I suppose I don't have time to dwell on that when Nibani Mesa's life is in danger, so it's time to mount a rescue mission. Well, it seems I am to be forced to drink more of these vile levitation potions. Hopefully Nibani Mesa will appreciate the effort I'm going through to spring her out of prison.
I'm sorry. No pilgrims allowed in the ministry. I'll have to ask you to leave. But you're not here to visit anyone, are you? Mera said you would come. I'll say you subdued me with magic and stole my key. It opens all 3 exterior doors. The upper back door is best. You'll need other keys for other doors inside. Search for the keys in desks. No one carries keys while on duty. Mera is in prison keep in the cell on the far right. Mera said you'd bring scrolls to get out. Some of us are sympathetic to the dissident priests, but kill an ordinator, and you'll lose that sympathy. Here's the key to the entrance. Now get going.
Right, walk into the most secure prison in Morrowind. Through the back door, no less. Stroll on in, search some desks, and rescue Nibani Mesa. I don't think I'll be searching desks. I think I'll be picking the lock. I will be rescuing Nibani Mesa, and I need to avoid, killing any ordinators. Do you mind? You don't know it yet, but we're on the same team, you idiot. Where's that door? There we are.
Do you have the Divine Intervention Scrolls? I have an escape plan. I'll need 1 Divine Intervention Scroll myself for my escape plan. Getting out will be a lot faster and safer for you if you have one. But if you haven't got one for yourself, maybe you can find some other way out. Now listen, here's my plan. Give me a Divine Intervention Scroll. I'll meet you at the secret dissident priest's monastery at Holomayan. For safety, we'll travel separately. When you get out of here, look for a woman named Blatta Hateria on the east docks of Ebonheart. Tell her I sent you, and that you want to go fishing. She'll bring you to Holomayan by boat. I'll meet you there, and we'll get the lost prophecies from Gilvas Barelo, the leader of the dissident priests. And magic conceals the Holomayan entrance. Speak to Vivrana Arian, a monk at the dock at Holomayan, about the hidden entrance.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and call this a resounding success on my part. Now oh, wow, those scrolls warp you quickly. Let me get the hell out of here and go talk to that fisher woman at the docks to make my way to that hidden temple that Nibani Mesa was talking about, and hopefully put an end to this once and for all.
Do I know you? Were you thinking you might want to go fishing? I know a fine place. Excellent fishing. My friend Mera Milo says it's her favorite fishing spot. You ready to go? Good. I'm ready to take you to Holomayan anytime you're ready to travel. And I'll be here to offer that service anytime you need it.
I'm Vivrana Arian, a monk of Holomayan. The monastery is here on this island. Take the stone pathway north from the docks and the path uphill. The entrance is hidden by a magical shield. Wait or rest at the head of the path, and the portal will open at dusk and dawn only, the magical twilight hours sacred to Azura. Mera Milo has told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Barelo. Later, I can arrange for your return to Vivec whenever you are ready.
Well, this is one hell of a spot for a hidden temple. I don't envy the first dissident priest that had to come out here to find it. Something about a magical doorway? Well, that is interesting. Suppose we'll wait for Azura's star to show itself.
How can I help you? I have reviewed the Apocrypha and have found 2 passages of particular interest. We've made copies of these passages to give you. Many are familiar with the 2 Nerevarine prophecies current among the Ashlanders called the Stranger and the 7 Vision. We have 2 other prophecies, the Lost Prophecy and the 7 Curses, that may offer additional insights into the riddles surrounding the coming of the Incarnate. Perhaps these are the lost prophecies that your friend Nibani Maisa told you about. We have also prepared a document for you called Kagranak's Tools. This document will explain to you, and to others, the terrible secret that the Temple conceals about the true history of the Tribunal and the corrupt nature of their divine powers. It is to conceal this secret that the Temple persecutes the Nerevarine and the dissident priests. This persecution must stop. We must be united against the true enemy, Dagoth Ur. And if you are the Nerevarine, you must lead us against him.
Well, back to speak with the Urshalak who it is, I suppose. The wise woman will be pleased.
Go ahead. Do you have questions about the Nerevarine prophecies, or other questions to ask me? Or do you bring me news of the lost prophecies? You will tell me these things over and over until I have them by heart. And then you will tell me what these priests say, what they see in these words. And then you must leave me. Hunt, sleep, train, feed, learn the land. I must bring these things into me and place them before my ancestors and listen to them and to the skies and stars of my dreams. And then, when the moons have come and gone, return, and I will give you my judgment. I am ready to give you my judgment. The ancestors and stars have given me clear signs. The lost prophecies leave no doubt. The Incarnate shall be an outlander. You, blessed by Azura, must lift the 7 curses of Dagoth Ur. Prophecy has shown the 7 steps of the Nerevarine's path, and I have been chosen as your guide for each step on that path. I will read the signs and show you the way. It is time for you to walk the path of the 7 visions and pass the 7 trials of the 7 visions. You are born on a certain day to uncertain parents, so you have passed the first trial. My dreams show me that you also fulfill the second trial, that neither blight nor age can harm him. The curse of flesh before him flies. I have read the signs, but I cannot understand. Can you explain this to me? That you have overcome the curse of flesh is strange enough, but that it should protect you from blight and age is past belief. Yet the signs of my dreams are clear. You have passed the second trial, but the third trial is unfulfilled. The mystery of the third trial is not my secret to share. Go to Sul-Matul, the guardian of our cult, and he shall tell you of the third trial. When you have fulfilled the third trial, return to me for guidance on your next steps on the path of the Nerevarine.
You wish to know about the third trial, and I shall tell you. You have entered the path of the Nerevarine. This is a hard thing to believe, but Nibani Maisa has spoken to me at length of this, and I have had time to consider. Therefore I shall keep my own counsel and set before you my own test. I do not dispute with the wise women, but their ways are not the ways of the warrior. Many before have tried the path of the Nerevarine, but all have failed the warrior's test. You must have strength, courage, and cunning. These things I would test. Nearby lies Kogorun, the ancient halls of the Forgotten House, House Dagoth. In recent time, creatures of the Blight have come to dwell there. I myself went there with some brave hunters and came back again, but it was a bad place, and I am not ashamed to say I was afraid, for myself and my men. If you would have from me the secret of the third trial, the caverns dark where Azura's eye sees, you will first bring to me 3 tokens from Dark Kogorun. The first token is Corprus weepings from a Corprus beast, to show that you are proof against the disease's corruption. The second token is a cup with the mark of House Dagoth, for I have myself seen such cups there, and will know you have seen with your eyes what I have seen with mine. The third token is the Shadow Shield, which lies on the tomb of Dagoth Morin, in the lava tunnels deep beneath ruined Kogorun. Bring these things to me, and then I will tell you the secret of the third test.
Right, so you want me to go find a magical shield, a cup from the 6th house, and a cutting, I suppose, of one of these god-awful diseased creatures. I suppose I can do that. I don't want to think about what he's going to do with it, but I suppose I can do it. Make our way to this dwarven ruin as well. I call it dwarven. I guess in this case it is legitimately a dark elven ruin.
If you have brought me the 3 tokens of the warrior's test, I can speak to you further of the 3rd trial. I am impressed. These 3 tokens you have brought me, you may keep them. You have passed the warrior's test, and I will give you the secret of the 3rd trial. In caverns dark Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. This is the 3rd vision, and you must go to the cavern of the Incarnate, a place sacred to Azura, and look for the moon and star. The secret of the cavern of the Incarnate is set in a riddle. The eye of the needle lies in This riddle is wisdom's test. Take counsel of the wisdom of the tribes, and you shall find the way. Seek the cavern of the Incarnate, gain the moon and star, and bring it to Nibani Maisa. Take with you my blessing and the blessing of our tribe, Malipu Ataman's belt.
That rat bastard could have warned me how packed full of enemies that place was, but no, that would have been too easy, and now he sends us running off into the middle of these god-forsaken mountains looking for a fucking door that may or may not exist from some bedtime stories or some shit he heard when he was a kid. I hate this place. I hate it here. I officially hate it here. Surely this... No, that wouldn't be it. It would never be that easy. Why would it ever be that easy? I just need to find this stupid shrine to Azura, fulfill their stupid fucking prophecies, go find a hammer and a chisel, and kill Dagoth Ur. That's all I want to do. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Get me a ship back to the Empire at your earliest convenience. There's the door.
Nerevar Reborn, Incarnate. Your first 3 trials are finished. Now 2 new trials lie before you. Seek the Ashlander, Ashcans, and the Great House Councillors. 4 tribes must name you Nerevarine. 3 houses must name you Hortator. My servant, Nibani Mesa, shall be your guide. And when you are Hortator and Nerevarine, when you have stood before the false gods and freed the heart from its prison, heal my people and restore Morrowind. Do this for me, and with my blessing.
Great, now there's a goddess talking to me directly in my brain and a bunch of fucking ghosts of people that died in the goddamn fucking bedtime story cave like 1,000 years ago. I'm out. I
am concerned. Why have you not yet fulfilled the prophecies of the Nerevarine? Have you done something wrong? Have you forgotten your destiny? I have heard that the leader of the temple, a man named Thola Sarioni, is desperate and asks that you come speak with him at the High Fane in Vivec City. Please, if there is some problem, go to Sarioni. Perhaps there is still hope.
Go ahead. Thank you for coming. You know the temple's doctrine on the Nerevarine. Perhaps it is time to change that doctrine. You're the one they call the Nerevarine. You are a heretic, and all who support you are heretics. You may think Imperial law protects heretics, and you may be right, but some of the Temple faithful care little for Imperial law. The Temple must protect the people from false doctrines, and your association with Imperial intelligence makes your motivations and integrity suspect. But you have been chosen, Hortator and Nerevarine, by the Dunmer people, and we have reached a crisis with Dagoth Ur. We can no longer defend the people against the awakened Sixth House. You and your prophecies may represent our last hope. Our situation is desperate, but I would rather have you hear the details of our situation and the circumstances leading up to that situation from Lord Vivec himself. He has asked to see you. Would you agree to a private meeting with him and hear in person what he has to say? Good. Here are 2 keys. One to the private back entrance to my quarters, the other to a locked entrance to Lord Vivec's palace. I regret that at present the Ordinators are not completely under my control, so for now I'll ask you to avoid confrontations with them. Lord Vivec is expecting you. His lordship is remarkably patient, but perhaps it would be better not to keep him waiting.
Any pretense or training that I have had to maintain my knightly decorum is now out the window the moment they decided that I was going to be a demigod in this godforsaken shithole. I want out. And if this Vivec person can give me a way out, then I will go talk to this Vivec person, but I am not leaving until I know why I was brought here, and I kill this Dagoth Ur fucker who has made the last 115 days of my life in the nation of Morrowind a fresh hell.
I expected you. We have business, you and I.
Instead of answering any questions I may have had about what it means to be the Nerevarine, or why I am a reincarnated demigod to a people I didn't know existed until I was kidnapped on the streets of the Empire, I was instead handed a large golden gauntlet, told to go find the hammer and chisel, walk directly into the heart of an active fucking volcano, stab the shit out of an ancient Dwemer relic that is keeping Dagoth Ur alive, and then kill Dagoth Ur. What is wrong with this place? Well, now that that thing's dead, wait. You little shit, come here. You probably have the hammer. You look like one of the lieutenants. You were. And there's the chisel.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart and Akulakan. And bring Wraithguard. I have need of it.
I'm gonna bring Wraithguard to snap it off in your ass, Dagoth. Wait for it.
Come to the Heart Chamber. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago.
You might regret that decision. I don't think this is gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, Dagoth. I've had enough. I'm done with you. You die today.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
I've prepared a place for you, too. It's a lovely 6-foot hole. I'm sure you'll fit. You fucking mages. Yeah, how about that? How about that? Weirdly enough, mastering destruction beats mastering necromancy. Maybe you'll think of that next time you try to sign on with a goddamn cult. Where is he? I'm coming for you, Dagoth. I know you're in here. You can't hide from me forever.
Come. Bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber. Together let us free the cursed false gods.
I'm gonna free you from that cursed fucking body in a minute. We're done here, Dagoth. You've shot your load, as it were. There is no more. You pissed off the wrong knight.
Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law and the land, and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind.
Yeah, hold that thought. I need to kill your diseased little buddy out here. Now you have my attention.
Is this how you honor the Sixth House and the tribe unmourned? Come to me openly, and not by stealth.
You see that? I stood there and let your general hit me, and it did nothing. What makes you think you're gonna do any better? What is going through your head right now, Dagoth? I didn't come here to make peace. I didn't come here to listen to you. I came here to kill you. I know you can hear me. With your magic bullshit, where the fuck did you come from? Sit down. All right. Well, you've clearly been looting every other adventurer that's tried to come through here, you sick bastard.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made. It began here. It will end here. Have you any parting words? Or would you prefer to skip the speeches and get to our business? You are the challenger here, after all. So to you goes the courtesy of the first blow. You are the challenger here, after all. So
you talk too much, you pretentious fucking asshole. Do you have any idea the shit I've had to go through over the last 100 days? No, of course not. He's already dead. Oh my god, he's not already dead.
I'm a god.
Hey.
How can you kill a god?
Hey, Dagoth.
What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. What are you doing? Stop! Recall or intervention can work in this place.
Fuck you,
Come, bitch, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Take the fucking albatross. Alright, now for this heart. God, can't get a word in edgewise with this asshole. Holy shit, it's done. It's over. Oh. If I get back to the Empire and they put me in another prison cell, I swear to God I'm going to commit regicide. Alright. Whoa, whoa. Maybe they just forgot to bolt something down. I didn't think it was gonna do that after I killed the heart. Oops. Well. Now the awkward walkout. Goddamn Dwemer cranks. Oh, it feels good to be free. It's done. It's over. Oh, God, no!
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost. But let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.